The past 1 year has been turbulent for the media industry in Kenya. Several decisions were made that pushed private players in the industry to the brink of collapse by a board that the High Court has now declared illegal. High Court Judge George Odunga stated in his ruling, and I quote, "Basically, it's like the board never existed. Accordingly, all business, contracts, agreements, appointments, instruments and decisions executed by the illegal board or its agents are a nullity." End of quote.
The minute the board is quashed, it's like when you have shattered the foundation of a superstructure. It means that everything else comes down doubly. Those decisions that were illegally taken by the board, they can be challenged at any point in time.
Key among those decisions touched on the controversial digital migration matter, in which the board allowed a Chinese-owned company 60% of the country's 120 frequencies, and further allowed foreign and government-owned pay TV channels the right to broadcast content from local channels for free.
The Supreme Court got it completely wrong on intellectual property, on copyright. It does not happen anywhere else in the world. Kenya is the only country in the whole universe where you allow a media house's intellectual property to be pirated by other people without the consent of the media house.
To date, the African Digital Network is fighting for the right to distribute Citizen TV, KTN and NTV news and programs through its own set-top boxes free of charge.
So they have now turned this country into a pay television country. Star Times, the Chinese, is a pay television. Go TV is a pay television. You have to pay monthly subscriptions. So as a result of this decision, very many Kenyans have been cut off. They are no longer watching television. And not just in the countryside, even here in the urban centers. You know, there are very many poor people who will not be able to afford the monthly subscriptions of 500, 600, 800.
ADN's lawyers are reassessing the judgment.
We are re-strategizing, but we've got to take it forward because the media houses cannot accept the situation where Article 34 media freedom is rendered odious.
Article 34 of the Constitution envisaged that the Communication Authority Board, to be constituted following the promulgation of the new constitution, would be independent of control by the government, political or commercial interests.
Is a board that is controlled by the government. When you go through the law, you will find that there are 6 permanent secretaries. And you know, where you find a government functionary at that level, or the principal secretary, they bully everybody else in the board. What about where you've got 3, 4, 5, 6 of them government-appointed officials?
Members of the disbanded board included Wilbert Choge, Ken Nyaundi, Grace Munjuri, Professor Levi Obonyo, Helen Kinoti, Beatrice Ope and Peter Mutie. Their selection, according to the court, was an exercise riddled with irregularities, blatant illegalities, horse trading, disappearance of applications, and fraud of unprecedented magnitude. Sylvia Tibet for The Big Question.